Hare Krishna. A warm welcome to all our viewers on behalf of myself and the GBC Strategic Planning Team members. As you would all know, we've been having a lot of events scheduled during the Kartik month. We had events, festivals. We also had talks on Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. We had visits to holy places. And today we have the auspicious day of Gopashtami. And to talk to us about this, we have a very special Vaishnavi with us. I would like to welcome Her Grace Nitai Sevini Devi. Hare Krishna. A warm welcome to you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Very happy to have you with us during this auspicious day of Kartik. Nitai Sevini Devi is a disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. She was born in a pious Gujarati family in Mumbai, a Pushtimarg. She has her roots in Bhakti from the very beginning, and eventually she shifted to Hyderabad and became a full-time devotee, and presently she's based in ISKCON Visakhapatnam. She is also pursuing her PhD in education, and a lot of us would actually must have seen her on different social media platforms narrating wonderful stories from Srimad Bhagavatam, sharing a lot of pastimes, anecdotes, but also many would not know that she has a lot of behind the scenes services and action that's she's involved with. She's actually principal of the Divine Touch School. She is also part of fundraising at a temple in Visakhapatnam. She coordinates festivals, congregation preaching, college preaching, and of course helps her husband, His Grace Samba Prabhu, with the management. So without taking much time, there's a lot we can talk about her actually, but without taking much time, I think we'll just move over to her and hear the glories of Gopashtami, the day when Krishna actually assumed the duties of a coward boy. So thank you so much, Nitai Sevini Devi. Wonderful to have you with us, and with greetings to all our members on the occasion of this auspicious month of Kartik. I just welcome you to this session. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Parijat Mataji. So, thank you very much for having me on your GBC SPT forum. Very happy to associate with devotees here today. So, without much ado, let's go to Vrindavan. So, if we were in Vrindavan today, then we would be hearing this Choti Choti Gaiya, Chote Chote Gwal, Choto Somero, Madan Gopal. So we know that our Choto So Madan Gopal today becomes big. That means from Vatsa Palaka, he officially becomes today Go Palaka. So it's a very, very special event, Gopashtami. Today is Ashtami, Gopa Ashtami, where Krishna officially becomes a cowherd boy, where he herds the cows, not the calves. Now, this Leela, which we are going to discuss today, comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 15, verse number 1. And Sukadev Goswami very briefly in one verse explains this Leela, that how Krishna and Balaram are now elder, and they have come to the Pauganda age, and the cowherd men have decided to give them the service of herding the cows. And that's about it. He closes there, and the rest of another 19 verses he explains about the beauty of Vrindavan forest, and then he starts the Leela of Dhenukasur Vadha. So we all know that Sukadev Goswami had very little time, because 7 days, and Parikshit Maharaj was about to leave body, so he had to really run through the Leelas. But the Vaishnava Acharyas have taken that concentrated form, of Srimad Bhagavatam nectar, and expanded. So today, in my talk, I'm going to draw a lot from Gopal Champu, Ananda Vrindavan Champu, Govind Lilamrit, and so many other commentaries of different Vaishnava Acharyas, where they have expanded this whole Gopashtami Leela in very, very nectarian way of what actually happened and how did Krishna become a Gopalak from Vatsapala. So this all started after Brahma Vimohan Leela. Because we know that Krishna's age is like divided into 4 sections. So from birth to 5 years, it's called Kumara Avastha. And then from 6 to 10, it's called Pauganda. And then from 11 to 15, it's Kishora. And then from 15 onward, that is above 16, is Yauvana. And these differences in Krishna's age, we can see it only in Bhauma Vrindavan. Because in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna is constantly, I'm sorry, I hear some noise in the background. I just hope I'm clear. So in Vrindavan, Bhauma Vrindavan, we see all these different stages of Krishna's age. But in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna's age is fixed. He's always in Kishora Avastha. There is one very beautiful book by Dhyana Chandra Goswami, who is a disciple of Gopal Guru Goswami. In his book, Gaura Govinda Archana Smarana Paddhati, he has given the exact age of Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. He says in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna is 15 years, 9 months, and 7.5 days old. And he always remains like that. He'll never go up or down. And Radha Rani, she's 14 years. She's 14 years, 2 months, and 15 days old. And she'll always remain like that. She'll never go up and down. So there in Goloka Vrindavan, it's like he's constant in Kishore age. But here in Bhauma Vrindavan, we see he's born and then he grows, and like how he just grows up, and we can see the different phases of Krishna's life. So this particular Gopashtami Leela is happening just after Brahma Vimohan Leela. So Yashoda Mata is in anxiety. Now, why is she in anxiety? Because she sees lots of changes in Krishna. Because Krishna is, he's grown up now. So he behaves a little more differently, just like in the material world also. We see when the children, they grow from, young age to the teenage, we see there are lots of changes in their behavior, in their talks. So Jiva Goswami mentions that there are lots of changes in Krishna also. Nowadays, he's speaking very perfectly, all the pronunciations, punctuations. He all of a sudden become very respectful to everybody. He's paying his Dandavat pranams to Jashoda, to Nanda Maharaj, and Yashoda Maharani is feeling very different about it. So it once so happened that, ladies in the afternoon time, what do? Just sit in the courtyard once they're done with the lunch and the other chores in the, I'm sorry, she's in temple. Okay. So the other chores happening at home, once they're done with that, they sit in the courtyard and they're having a discussion with other ladies. So once it so happened, Yashoda Mata is sitting there and Abhinandan's wife comes there. Now, who is Abhinandan? Now, we all know that Nanda Maharaj's father, Parjanya Gopa, he had 2 wives. One was a Kshatriya wife and one was a Gopa wife. So this Gopa wife, that is Virayasi Devi Dasi, she had 5 sons and 2 daughters. So Nanda Maharaj had 2 elder brothers, that is Upananda and Abhinanda. And he had 2 younger brothers, that is Sananda and Nandan. And he had 2 sisters, that is Sananda Devi and Nandini Devi. So like that, they were totally 7 siblings. Now, Nanda's elder brother's wife, that is Abhinandan's wife, once comes to visit Jashoda Mata, and then they're just having a chat. Just like we have a chat on WhatsApp, we ask each other, what's up? What's going in your life? So Abhinandan's wife is asking, what's up? Yashoda, how's life? And Yashoda Mata is like, I'm worried. I see lots of changes in Krishna. Initially, I used to make Krishna take bath, massage him with oil. But nowadays, Krishna doesn't even allow me to touch him. He says, I'll do it by myself. So he does everything. And then after he's had his clothes on, that is when he comes and touches my feet, touches Nanda Maharaj's feet, and takes blessings from us. And I feel very awkward. How come there's so much change in Krishna's behavior? And then Abhinandan's wife is like, oh, come on, Yashoda. This is normal. This is natural. Your son is growing. There's nothing to worry about it. And then similar worry is in Nanda Maharaj's mind. Nanda Maharaj is sharing that with his younger brothers, with Sananda and with Nandan. Nanda Maharaj is asking them, Krishna is so free with you, and he's laughing and he talks to you, but with me, Krishna has become so formal. He doesn't even look eye to eye with me. So what is that is making you and Krishna laugh so much? What is the gossip? What are you talking about? So then so then Sananda and Nandan are sharing this with Nanda Maharaj. They say, You know what? You know what your son is talking? Your son, Krishna says, that my Baba, Nanda Maharaj, is getting so tired. He's going in the morning to graze the cows and is coming back in the evening. He looks so tired. How I wish I can take up this service. Why not my father retired? Why can't he understand? I've become elder now. He should give the service to me. So when Nanda Maharaj hears that, he's all laugh, oh really? Did my son say this? Or did he say like this about me? Nanda Maharaj is laughing. And then on second thought, Sananda and Nandan say, on second thought, why not you just give the responsibility to Krishna? Why not he go and graze the cows? And Nanda Maharaj is like, come on, he was very small. I can't give him that responsibility. So then Nandan and Sananda, they're saying, you know what happened the other day? In the morning when we were trying to take the cows for grazing, they were not even coming out of the Goshala. Then we had to put Krishna in front. And when they saw Krishna, they came out. And that's how somehow we send them, to the forest. So they're also attached to Krishna. So why not we actually send Krishna? Nanda Maharaj is still very reluctant. And he says, let's not talk about it. Let's talk something else. So this is what is happening. There are lots of discussions happening, but Nanda Maharaj and Jashoda, Maya, they feel that Krishna, our Lala, is very small, and this is not the time to send him with the cows. Now, meanwhile, our Krishna wants to go with the cows. Now, somebody may think, what's the problem? He's already taking the calves for grazing, so why is he so eager to take the cows for grazing? What's the mystery behind this? Now, the mystery is Krishna has very little time because when he was 10 years, 7 months old, he just left Vrindavan for Mathura and he never came back. So whatever little time that he had to do a lot of jobs. You see, in Gopal Champu, it says that Krishna was growing so fast. He was growing 1.5 times faster than the other children of his age. See, with the children, we have different milestones. Like at 6 months, they will crawl. At age 1, they may talk. Like different children have different milestones. But Krishna's milestones were so quick, quick, quick. He was just 6, but he used to talk like an 8-year-old boy. He was doing everything quickly because he just wanted to wind up everything by age of 10. So he was going very fast. And now he had a job to do. He wanted to kill the demons. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskrutam dharma sansthavanadhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I have come here to kill the demons. Now he's reciprocating with his devotees. He's making them very happy, but he has a job to do. He has to kill the demons. And now killing of the demons was becoming a problem with the calves. Why? Because when Krishna was going with the calves, Yashoda Mata always had her watchful eyes on Krishna, and he couldn't go much, deep into the forest. Now, if you have been to Vrindavan, I'm sure you must have been to this place called Nandagaon. And in Nandagaon, you must have seen this Nanda Bhavan. It is on the top of the Nandishwar hill. Lord Shiva has taken the form of the Nandishwar hill in Nandagaon. Why? Because he wanted to have the dust from the lotus feet of Krishna, gopis, Jashoda, Nanda Baba. So he wants that dust, so he became a hill there. So now Nanda Maharaj's palace is on top of that hill. Now what happens if you have been to Vrindavan and if you have seen this place, when you come out of the Nanda Maharaj Bhavan, there's a big courtyard. And on the extreme right side of the courtyard, there is a staircase which takes you up, high above. And from there, you can see almost the whole of Vrindavan. It's high above place. Now, the local pandas, the local Brajavasis, they say, Yashoda Mata, she used to go all the way up and check where is Krishna. So she's just looking everywhere. Where did Krishna go? And she can see Krishna from there because it's high above space. So she's doing a little of cooking, frying something, and then she goes up the staircase, looks what Krishna is doing, and then she comes down and then continues. She keeps doing that. She's frying something, then she says, hey, Danishta, just take care. I'll just see what Krishna is doing. She goes up, looks where Krishna is, and then again comes back. And even when she is cooking, Nanda Maharaj had some people out there whose job was to just keep looking at Krishna. So what used to happen is Krishna can't go far off with this calves. He can only graze them nearby where Yashoda Mata can all the time watch him. So it was becoming a little difficult because he still managed to kill a few of them, demons, but what he really wanted to do was kill the big ones. And that is possible only if he can stray away a little bit from Yashoda Mata's watchful eyes. So he was very keen that once I start taking the cows for grazing, then I can go deep inside the forest and Maya won't see me, and then I can do my job. Now, some of the Vaishnavacharyas say, but that's not the only reason. The other reason that Krishna wanted to become a Gopalaka was he also wanted to spend some quality time with Nanda Maharaj. So, what happens with the children? When they're young, for 9 months, they are in mother's womb. And then the mother breastfeeds the baby. And then the mother feeds the baby, change the diaper, makes the baby take bath, clean him, cuddle him, make him take rest. But the father doesn't have much role to play. He's just looking from far and enjoying, but doesn't have much practically to do. It's only when the children grow up, then they can reciprocate with father. So now Krishna was thinking in his mind, I hardly have time. Now, once I go to Mathura, I'm never going to see Nanda Maharaj again. So better I spend some time with him. So how can he spend time with him? So this is the reason Krishna shares with Yashoda Mata. He says, look, mother, in the future, I have to take up the father's business, right? The Gopalak business. I have to take care of the cows. And taking care of the calves and taking care of the cows are two different stories. So I really need to have a formal training. So you know what? Maybe I should start going with Nanda Maharaj from now onwards when he takes the cows for grazing so that I learn the art of taking care of the cows. So Mother Yashoda said, well, fair enough. So yeah, you can go with Nanda Maharaj, but then she tells Nanda, please be careful of Krishna. You know how he is like a monkey. You just jump here and there. Make sure he's fine. And Nanda Maharaj says, don't worry, I'll take care of him. And that way, Krishna starts going with Nanda Maharaj as his assistant Gopa for some time. And that way, Nanda Maharaj gets association of Krishna. So then Krishna is holding Nanda Maharaj's hand, and then they go deep inside the forest. And now what to do? When the cows are grazing, there's nothing much to do. So Nanda is sitting under a tree, and then Krishna goes and sits in Nanda's lap, and then he's stroking his cheeks and talking to him, pulling his hair, kissing him on the cheeks, asking him hundreds of questions. Baba, why is this fruit like this? Why is this flower like this? Baba, look, that bird, it's gazing at me. Did you see that? Baba, why do monkeys have tail? Why don't we have tails? Baba, did you see? The peahen is more beautiful than the peacock. Is it? That is why is Yashoda Mata more beautiful than you? Are the females supposed to be more beautiful than the male? Oh, Baba, why is this bird behaving like this? He keeps on asking questions until Nanda Baba is like, oh, Lala, stop it. So many questions you are asking. Let me breathe. And he keeps on asking and asking. And Nanda Baba is so happy. So the Vaishnavacharyas say that is why Krishna wanted to, become a Gopalak, because he thought I can spend some time with Nanda Baba on the excuse of getting some training. And then there are some other Vaishnavacharyas, they say, no, there's a very serious reason why Krishna wanted to become a Gopalak, because Krishna wanted to give the flavor of viraha, separation, prema. Because what happens? If Krishna is a Vatsapalak, he just comes back, maybe a half day and then he's back home. And Yashodamata is constantly seeing him. So there is no viraha. The gopis are looking at him. The servant maids at home, all are having Krishna's constant association. So Krishna wanted they should experience viraha. Now we all know that in prema there's so many different flavors, and it is said that the flavor of a separation, the vipralamba bhav, the viraha prema, is very, very sweet. See, when you see somebody very close quarters and you see them all the time, it's fine. But when you don't see them, you miss them all the more. All the more you think about them, right? It happens with us. We're dealing with our children. Now we're seeing our children a lot more because of COVID. They're all the time at home. But when they go to school, you will have hundreds of thoughts. He must have eaten his tiffin. He must have done this. I hope he has completed his homework. I hope he comes back home quickly. There are hundreds of things we think about the children when they're not in our sight. Of course, there is a lot of difference between our love and the love that Yashoda Mata had for Krishna and the gopis had for Krishna, because our love is like law of diminishing marginal utility. It's like we enjoy something and after some time we enjoy it a little less and then we enjoy it a little less. But with Krishna's love is little different. The gopis and Nanda Baba and Jashoda Maya, they love Krishna always a little more. They love him a little more than what they were loving him 5 minutes ago. They love him a little more than what they loved him just 2 minutes ago. Every moment, pratikshanam vardhanam, like Narad Muni says in Narada Bhakti Sutra, sloka number 54, he said, pure love is pratikshanam vardhanam, keeps on increasing and keeps on increasing. So yeah, it's not that Krishna wanted to increase their love and that's why he gave them separation. He just wanted to give a different flavor of love. Just like we have different flavors in ice cream. You have strawberry, you have vanilla, and every flavor has its own charm. But this is like a different flavor where you just remember him in his separation, and that's very sweet. Because for the Brajavasis, even when Krishna is around them or Krishna is away from them, their love for Krishna never decreases. It's always increasing because it's pure love. It's selfless love. So the acharyas say that Krishna just wanted to, have them experience a different flavor. So now, when Krishna becomes a Gopalak, then what happens? He goes in the morning, and then he comes back late evening. So now Jashoda Maya is feeling so much separation from Krishna. She's waiting eagerly for Krishna to come, and and even the gopis, they were not able to see Krishna whole day. When he was a Vatsapalaka, the gopis used to go mid-afternoon, at Tera Kadamba, give him some fresh butter. But now because he became a Gopalak, they can't see him. So they're waiting. And then in the evening, when Krishna comes back with the cows, or they become so happy, right? But then they have a problem. There also they have a problem. You see, if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 31, there's a beautiful Gopi Geet where the gopis are mentioning this pastime. They say that when you come back in the evening with your cows, and how beautiful you look, this beautiful word. They say, Dina parikshaye nila kuntale vanarahanunam vibridavritam घनरजास्वलं दर्शयान्मुहुः मनसि नास्मरां वीरयच्छसि. They say, Dina parikshaye. At the end of the day, Krishna, when you just walk in, with your cows, vanaruhana nam cha, vipridavritam, your face is completely, filled with dust, because whole day you were out in the forest and you look like a lotus flower, and the curly hair, a lock, a lock of hair, curly hairs are falling on your face, and you look so beautiful at that time that our lusty desires in our heart increase all the more for you. But then there's a problem in the sloka number 15 in the same chapter. They say, but there's a problem. We missed you for the whole day. Finally, we got to see you, but we get a problem there. What is the problem? They say, Atati yad bhavan anikananam Ruti yugayate tvamapashyatam Kutila kuntalam Shrimukham chate Jada udikshatam Pakshmatridrisham. They say we have a problem. What is the problem? With a lot of difficulty we are seeing you, but this foolish creator, Brahma, he made these defective eyes. The eyelids keep blinking. When the eyelids blink, it's hardly even a second. It's just 1 by 1,700th fraction of a second. But the gopis say even that fraction of a second for us is like a millennium. We just feel so upset. Why did the creator make this kind of eyes? Why can't he make eyes with just stare like this? We can see you all the time. We don't want to miss that 1 by 1700 second of seeing your beautiful face. So the gopis also, feeling separation. Jashoda Maya is feeling separation. And the Gopa Balakas, once Krishna comes back from, with the cows, and now Krishna goes home. And the Gopa Balakas, the cowherd friends, they have to go home. But they're missing Krishna. They want to see Krishna. So they keep cursing the moon, the Chandrama. Why can't you go down quickly and let the sun come up so that we can see the beautiful face of Krishna? They're waiting and they're waiting for the moon to set and sun to rise. And it so happened once that Krishna's very intimate friend, Subal Sakha, he was missing Krishna so much that he kept crying whole night. And then in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock, he goes to Krishna's house, knocks the door. Jashoda Mata opens the door. What happened, Subal? What's happened? What's wrong with you? Why are you here in the middle of the night? And then he says, Maya, I can't live without Krishna. I want to see Krishna. I'm just not able to live without Krishna. So then they all sit and discuss what is to be done. Subal is crying like a baby. So then Yashoda Mata says, all right, I have an idea. Maybe I just give you a picture of Krishna. Now, to have a picture of Krishna, there are no cell phones or cameras or, to take selfies. So what to do? So Yashoda Mata has an idea. She said, all right, I'll call Chitra Sakhi and she'll make a nice picture of Krishna and I'll present that to you and you can take that picture and take rest. Subal says, that's fine with me. So Yashoda Mata calls Chitra Sakhi. You come here, make a nice picture of Krishna. She said, done, because she's a good painter. She said, done, I'll do it. Now Chitra Sakhi is all ready and then, she starts painting. But the thing is, what do the present day painters do? They will have the person sit there and then make a portrait. But the gopis, the sakhis, they were in so much love with Krishna. They don't need Krishna to sit there and to make a poster. If they simply close their eyes, they can see Krishna. So Chitra Sakhi, she just closes her eyes and she can see Krishna and then she opens and then she starts painting. Now there's a problem. By the time she paints the eyebrows and she's painting the eyes and she again closes her eyes to see Krishna, she already sees Krishna with a different expression. Because the problem with Krishna is, in a minute he makes 100 expressions of his eyes. The eyes go this way, that way, this way, that way. There's so many expressions Krishna is making. And Chitra Sakhi is, by the time she's making the eyebrows this way, Krishna has already changed his eyebrows in some other way and then in some other way. So she's like, how am I going to complete this painting? So then she goes to Radharani for help. Radharani, I don't know what to do. Please bless me. And then when Radharani blesses Chitra Sakhi, and this time when she just closes her eyes, she can actually see Krishna, stable, not moving, and just one single expression on his face. And she finally makes that picture and she gives it to Yashoda Mata. And then Yashoda Mata gives it to Subal. So like that, everybody is feeling separation from Krishna, and Krishna wanted that. So that's why he wanted to have this, this Leela where he goes with the cows. Well, some Vaishnavacharya says, well, that's not the only reason. There's another reason why Krishna was so eager. The cows were asking Krishna every day, when are you going to take us? Because the calves were having the privilege to going out with Krishna every day. So when they come back to the Goshala, they're sharing with their mothers, you know what? We had fun today with Krishna. You know what Krishna did? He was swimming with the swans. You know what Krishna did? He was making noise like the cuckoo birds. You know what Krishna did today? He was pulling my tail, mother. He was pulling my tail. And he's sharing everything with the cows. And the cows are like, when are we going to go with Krishna? Now, Krishna knows the language of the cows, right? So the cows can actually talk to Krishna. So when Krishna passes through the Goshala, the cows are asking Krishna, Krishna, when are you going to take us for grazing? And Krishna is like, wait, I'm on the job. I'm just figuring out. I'm going to take you all. Don't worry. So the Vaishnavacharya says that is one reason, because he promised the cows, I'll take you. Don't worry. I'm going to take you very soon. And some of the Vaishnavacharya say, well, the actual reason is Krishna wanted Go Prem. Just like we all are hankering for Krishna Prem, Krishna is hankering for Go Prem, because he wants to spend time with the cows, right? That is the Nitya Leela. Like even in Goloka Vrindavan, what Krishna is doing every single day is he takes the cows for grazing. That's his job. When we read the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, what is the Gopakumar when he's just searching for Krishna everywhere in Goloka Vrindavan? Then they tell him, no, Krishna's not here. He's gone with the cows. He's gone for herding cows. That's his job every single day. So when he comes here to Bhoma Vrindavan, he just wants to do what he does up there in Goloka Vrindavan. He loves cows, right? See, when we love somebody, if just unconsciously, we will use their name in our email passwords, or we will use our birthdays, marriage anniversaries as our bank ATM pins or passwords, is it not? Because we just want to remind ourselves of them constantly. And sometimes you see some people, even in their house, their home address, they will have Matru Bhavan, Usha Sadan, their wife's name, their mother's name. But you see, Krishna's house, it has the name Goloka, right? So everything connected to Krishna. His friends are called Gopa. His girlfriends are called Gopi. His house address is Goloka Vrindavan. And when he comes to this material world, he's born in Gokula. And he's always enjoying in Govardhana. And he worships Govardhana. So everything related to Krishna is like go, 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 go. And then Krishna's name is Govinda. And another name of Krishna is Gopala. So everything to do with go. Krishna loves cows and he wants to spend time with cows. Some other Vaishnavacharya says, well, no, there's another very important reason why Krishna was so eager to take the cows. The thing is, Krishna had certain commitments because all these trees and the creepers and the plants and the flowers and the fruits and everything in the forest of Vrindavan, they're not normal people. They're not somebody who have committed some sinful activities in the past. That is why they became trees. No, they're all elevated devotees. Maybe they have done tapasya for like millions and millions of years to get birth as a tree in Kamyavan, to get birth as a creeper in Khandiravan, in Bahulavan, in Belvan, Kumudvan, Lahuvan. Everybody has asked for this for millions of lifetimes, that Krishna, we want a chance to be a creeper in Braja. Now, they're all there waiting for many yugas. When will Krishna come in Dwapar Yuga? When will he grow up? When will he come with the cows for grazing? And then we can touch him, see him, smell him, hear him. They're waiting. So Krishna knows they're waiting for him, and that is why he's in hurry. He's requesting his mother, he's requesting his father. Let me become a Gopalaka so that I can go deep inside the forest. And when it actually happens, and Krishna becomes a Gopalaka, when he goes inside the forest for the first time, the trees are so happy. The branches, they all bend down and they touch Krishna's feet. And when they touch Krishna's feet, they are like, we're being so selfish. How can we just bend down? Krishna needs shade from the glare of the sun. So they immediately, they're down there and they just go up. No, we need to give shade to Krishna. So they go all the way up, trying to give nice shade to Krishna. But when they go all the way up, then they feel bad. How can we be separated from Krishna? Krishna is somewhere down. We are so far off. We can't live without Krishna. So they again come down. And when they come down, they realize we're supposed to do seva. We're not here for our enjoyment. And then they go again up. So they keep going down and up and down. And that is how the kunjas in Vrindavan are formed. Right? That's why the other name for Krishna is Kunja Vihari. Kunja Vihari, one who is moving around in the kunja of Vrindavan. So this is how, if you've been to Ter Kadamba, you can just feel it, how a kunja is, the gaps between the branches. So he's reciprocating with the trees. When Krishna walks in, the trees with their branches, they offer flower to Krishna, fruit to Krishna, and they're so happy. The wind is so happy. They blow the fragrance of the flower and take it to Krishna's nostrils. The creepers are so happy because they get touched by the fingernails of Krishna while he's just walking. Sometimes he just touch them friendly way. And the birds are so happy. They're gazing at Krishna. And the deers are so happy. They're gazing at Krishna. The chakora birds simply looking at Krishna. And the whole atmosphere in Vrindavan forest becomes like a painting. Everybody is stopped. They can't do anything. The only thing they can do is look at Krishna and hear Krishna. That's it. There's no other expression. And the swans become so happy in the Yamuna because because Krishna sometimes jumps in the Yamuna and plays with the swans and the other animals. And Sukadeva Goswami says that it's not only cows. Krishna took even the buffaloes and the goat, and there's so many other animals which were going with Krishna. So all of them become so happy. So the cuckoo birds, they start making noise, making all kind of sweet sound, and Krishna is imitating them. When they say "woo," and Krishna is like "woo," behind them, and they're so happy. And then the peacocks are so happy. When they see Krishna is coming, they feel as if the rain cloud is coming, because the color of Krishna's skin is like a rain cloud. So they just start with their all feathers and dancing. And then Krishna goes and dances with them, and gives them a complex. So like that, Krishna is so happy. He's just reciprocating with everybody. And the bumblebees are so happy. They just keep and coming and buzzing around Krishna and making all kinds of noise. Of course, I use the word noise, but it's not noise. Actually, they're glorifying Krishna. They're singing different songs and making Krishna happy. But of course, Krishna sometimes gets very upset with them. Why he gets upset? Because they keep buzzing and making noise. And sometimes they, as children, they play this game of hide and seek. And when they're playing this game of hide and seek, Krishna almost all the time gets caught. Because they don't have to even search for Krishna. Wherever there are, the bumblebees are making noise, they know Krishna is there. And then Krishna gets so upset with the bumblebees. Why do you have to make so much noise? Look, I got caught. So like that, everybody in the forest of Vrindavan is so happy. And sometimes he just shows mock fear. Hey, lion is coming. Hey, tiger is coming. Let's run. And then he runs with those animals, just making all, actions and giving so much pleasure to every little jiva in that forest. So the Vaishnavacharya says that is why Krishna wanted to take the cows. He wanted to reciprocate with his devotees. All these sadhus, rishis, munis, for years together they have done tapasya just to be there in the forest of Vrindavan and get touched by Krishna. And more than anybody, Krishna had a commitment towards Bhumi Devi, because you see, Bhumi Devi is the one who did the whole show. She was the one who became the cow and went to Brahma and then the Devatas, and then they went to Shvetadvip, and then they requested Krishna to please come because Kamsa was troubling them. So Bhumi Devi is like, I'm the one who initiated everything, and I don't even get to, have Krishna's feet touch me. How long I have to wait? Mother Yashoda is always keeping Krishna in her lap. So we want that Krishna's feet touch me. So then when he becomes a Gopalak, then Krishna is almost all the time touching Mother Earth, because he's just, in the morning he goes and he's so active, all the time running in the forest. In that way, his lotus feet are touching the Bhumi Devi, and Bhumi Devi becomes so happy. And wherever Krishna is keeping his feet, the different marks, the 19 different signs on Krishna's feet are getting imprinted there, So we all know that Krishna's feet, there are different signs, of the unstrung bow and the sky and the cow's hoof prints and the jumbo fruits, the water pot, the conch, the elephant goat, the thunderbolt, the Udva Rekha, the flat post, and the water pots, and the wheel, and the fish, and like so many other. So all these signs, the Brajavasis can see them all over Vrindavan, because wherever Krishna is going, it's not that he just goes to one, right? He goes to all the forest of Vrindavan, all the different vanas. So everywhere Krishna's footprints have been imprinted. And now the Vrindavan actually becomes Vrindavan. And what do the gopis say in the first verse of Gopi Geet? They say, Jayati te dhikam janmana vraja Shrayata indira shashvadatrahi Jayati te dhikam adhikam. The Jaya, the glory of Vrindavan has become adhika. Why? Because Krishna, you are born here. And now the footprints of Krishna are just about everywhere. You see that in even in the Venu Geet, the gopis, they sing this very beautiful verse. They say, Varaha Pidam Natavaravapu Karnaye Karani Karam Vigrihat Kanaka Kapisam Vaijayanti Chamalam Randhran Venu Radhara Sudhayo Purnaye Gopavrinde Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kitihi. The gopis are saying that Krishna is in his yellow garments with a nice, crown on his head, with the Vaijayanti Mala flute in hand, and the holes in the flute are filled with the Amrita of his lips. And Vrindaranyam, Aranyam is the forest. Swapadaramanam, the whole forest of Vrindavan is imprinted with Krishna's lotus footprints. Yeah, Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kiti. And all the Gopa Balakas, they're just surrounded Krishna, and then they're singing the glories of Krishna. So now Vrindavan became Vrindavan. That is why when we go to Vrindavan, the most important thing we do is we take the dust of Vrindavan, because Krishna has hidden his mercy in the dust in Vrindavan. If you want to have Krishna's mercy in Jagannath Puri, then we take prasadam. Because in Jagannath Puri, Krishna's mercy is in his prasadam. And in Mayapur, Krishna's mercy is in his Harinam, when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But in Vrindavan, Krishna's mercy is in the Tuli, the dust of Vrindavan. That is why when devotees go to Vrindavan, the first thing they do is take the dust of Vrindavan on their head and even carry the dust home. So like that, there are different reasons Vaishnavacharyas have given. Because one Vaishnavacharya, he said, over and above all this reason, there is one very, very important reason why Krishna wanted to become a Gopalak. Because he had serious issue with his friends. His friends were troubling him, giving him a lot of trouble. His friends were like, hey, you're a big boy now. How come your parents are not giving you responsibility of taking the cows for grazing? When I was 6 years old, I used to take, because you see, Krishna's friends, they're also different kinds of friends, Some of them are Krishna, they're elder to Krishna, okay? So they have different things to talk. Some are younger to Krishna. Some are same age of Krishna. They're all different types of Gopa Balakas that Krishna is moving around, So they talk in different ways. See, some of them who are elder, like you see Balramji, you see, they're called a Suhrida Sakha. Suhrida Sakha means they are the well-wishers of Krishna. They protect Krishna. They're a little strict with Krishna. They chastise Krishna. Hey Krishna, walk straight. Why are you looking here and there? Hey Krishna, don't jump into Yamuna. Krishna, don't do this. Don't climb that tree. We have to protect you. Hey Krishna, did you eat mud? Let me see. So like that, they keep protecting Krishna. So these are Suhrida Sakhas. So in Suhrida Sakhas, you have Balramji, you have Mahaguna, you have Mahapima, you have Mandali Bhadra, you have Vijayaksha. They are all the Suhrida Sakhas. And then there are some Sakhas who are Sadharan Sakhas. Sadharan Sakhas are one who are younger to Krishna. Like you have Vishav, you have Brishav, you have Devaprastha, you have Ojasvi, Chandan, Kusumapida. They're all younger to Krishna. In fact, there's one very famous picture in ISKCON. I think almost everybody must have seen that picture where Yashoda Mata is decorating Krishna, and then there's one little boy who's below, just trying to tie an anklet to Krishna. That is Vishal. He's younger to Krishna. So what these younger Gopa Balakas do is they serve Krishna. They massage him, they fan him, they help him in decorating. And if you have seen that picture, sometimes Krishna lies down, sometimes Balramji lies down on the thigh of a Gopa Balak, and then they're putting some grapes in his mouth. So these are Sadharan Sakhas. They serve Krishna, they're obedient to Krishna. And then there are Priya Sakhas. Priya Sakhas are equal age and they're very close to Krishna. They're Krishna's close friends. So in this we have Madhumangal, Stoka Krishna, Sridam, Dam, Sudam, Vasudam. They're all equal to Krishna. So, but they crack all funny jokes and laugh with Krishna. Like Madhumangal, sometimes he will tell Krishna, hey Krishna, look, if you give me 2 more laddus, then I bless you. A Brahmana's blessing never goes in vain. I bless you that Radharani will be happy with you. Give me 2 more laddus. And Krishna is like, not 2, I'll give you 4 more laddus. Please ask Radha to bless, please bless me that I have Radharani's association. So that kind of funny jokes he has with them. But then there are Priya Narma Sakhas who are like really, really close with Krishna. And with them, Krishna shares his heart. Something like we have in our school days and college days, like the best friends whom we share just about everything. So Krishna shares with these Priya Narma Sakhas his heart. When he's remembering Radha Rani, he just share, oh, I miss her. Can you bring her? Can you give this message to her? So in Priya Narma Sakhas, you have Subal, you have Ujwal, you have Vasant, Gandharva, Pushpanka. These are all Priyanarma Sakhas, and Subal is one of the leader. So like that. And then, of course, Krishna has his cousin brothers because they have a big family, right? Like Chacha, Kaka, uncle, aunt, and all. So then there are Nandi, Andi, Dandi, Subhadra. They're all cousin brothers. See, if you read Bhakti Vinod Thakur's Jaiva, the Jaiva Dharma, I think volume 5, it has these details of what are the 5 different kinds of assistant that Krishna has. One is Cheta, Vitta, Pitamardaka, Priyanarmasakha, Vidusakha. So Cheta is like confidential messenger of Krishna, and Vitta is like valet of Krishna. Pitamardaka is like constant companion. Priyanarmasakhas are dear friends, and Vidusakhas are like comedians. Sometimes it so happens that they'll just make Krishna laugh, and sometimes they'll fight on Krishna's behalf. Let's say Lalita and Vishaka, they become very aggressive, then Krishna sends the Vidusakha, come on, now you answer what Lalita is trying to argue. And then they go out and say, yeah, here are we're going to argue on Krishna's behalf, but they're called Vidusakha. So like, of course, we're not going to get into that, but yeah. So there are different sakhas, and they are in different mood, and they give different kind of enjoyment to Krishna. So here, the Gopa Balakas, some of them, they are troubling Krishna. What is the trouble they're giving to Krishna? They're saying, why don't your parents allow you to take the cows for grazing? Looks like they don't trust you. Looks like they don't have confidence in you. And Balramji is like, no, it's not about confidence. Actually, there is some reason behind it. I don't know whether I should tell you that or not. But anyway, I'll tell you. The thing is, Krishna is not their son. They have adopted Krishna. Krishna is not their real son. And Krishna starts crying. Dauji, Balramji, why are you doing this to me? Why are you saying I'm not their son? And Dauji is like, Krishna, you won't like that, but I have to tell you the truth. You're not their son. I'll prove you. I'll prove it to you. See, Yashoda is fair. Nanda is fair. Why are you black? You see, at least one of the parents should have been black, right? So you are not their son. They have adopted you. And then the other Sakha says, no, Balramji, I know what's the truth. I've heard my parents talk about it. Actually, what happened is, Nanda and Yashoda were just walking one day, in the forest, and they heard some black baby crying. So they were just searching, where is this baby? And then they found a black baby in the hole of a trunk of the tree, and that was you. And they somehow brought you because you had nobody to take care. And Krishna is crying all the more. Oh, really? And then there's somebody else saying, no, I'll tell you the real reason. I know it because my grandfather saw that ceremony happening. Actually, Nanda and Yashoda, they purchased Krishna by some wheat and grains. They actually had that tulabharam where they put Krishna there. One side they put wheat and rice, and one side they put Krishna, and they measured his weight, and then they gave that in donation to Krishna's real parents, and Nanda and Yashoda took Krishna. So when they talk all this, Krishna is so sad, he's crying. And then he goes home, in that mood. Now, usually, when Krishna comes home, he's in a very happy, jolly mood. He'll run to Nanda's lap, and then he'll talk. Baba, what happened today in the forest? You know what Subal was doing? He was pulling the tail of that calf. And you know what Sridham did today? He took my 2 rasgullas. And you know what Madhumangal did to me? But today, Krishna's not talking anything. He just goes directly inside his room, and he doesn't talk to nobody. And then Nanda and Yashoda follow him and says, what happened? Are you unwell? Are you having fever? What happened, Krishna? He says, no, I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, what happened? Share with us. Then they ask Balaramji, hey, Balaram, come here. What happened to Krishna? Are you not taking care of him? And then Krishna is like, oh, Maya, you are asking Balaramji? He's not my protector. He is the problem creator. He is the one who's actually giving me trouble. Yashoda Mata is like, Balaram is giving you trouble? Yes, Maya, you don't understand. You're very innocent. You think Balaram is protecting me? Balaram is the one who's making all the problem for me. He's the one who keeps telling everybody that I'm not your son. And just imagine what must be happening to me. And Jashoda Mata is asking Balaram, "Oh, Balaram, did you do that? Did you say that?" And Balaram is like, "Oh, come on, Maya, why will I say that? Don't believe him. He speaks lie. You know that he speaks lie." And then Krishna is in such a trouble. And then he's crying all the more. Nobody's believing me. I'm telling you, these people are making fun of me. And finally, Yashoda and Nanda Baba is like, all right, Krishna, what will make you stop your crying? Tell us that. And then Krishna says, only one thing can make my crying stop. Can you allow me to take the cows for grazing? If I do that, then my impression will be nice, everybody will appreciate me. Otherwise, they just making me feel so low. So if you allow me to take the cows for grazing, then I will earn the respect of my friends. Please do this, Baba. I'm requesting you, touching your feet. And then both of the parents are like, all right, done. We accept. You can go with the cows. But Jishoda Mata is like, look, it just can't happen just like that. We have to take out an auspicious time, a proper muhurat. Only then you can go out. And Krishna said, I'm okay with that. You do whatever you want to and have all this ceremony, but I just want to go with the cows. That's all. So then Jishoda Mata says, look, it can't just happen overnight. Wait, we will consult our family priest. He will take out a particular time and then you will go. Is it fine? And he's like, okay. And then now what happens? Krishna's Leela Shakti starts working. And lo, behold, the family priest walks in. Coincidentally, he just walks in and Yashoda is like, what is this happening? I just spoke with Krishna and here I see the family priest, is just walking inside. And then they become very happy. They host him properly and they're like, how come you are here? We're very fortunate to have you. And he's like, I was just passing by and I thought I'll just visit you people. So then they're like, well, anyway, since you are here today, so can you take out the muhurta, the auspicious timing? When should we send our son officially to take the cows for grazing? And then he just looks and then he says, okay, I see an auspicious day, the 8th lunar day on the month of Kartik, the waxing moon, on the day of waxing moon with the Shravana constellation on a Wednesday is the most auspicious muhurta and you can send your son. And then they become so happy, great. And Krishna is like, hooray, he's like jumping with joy, he's so happy. And then we all know it's not going to happen like, just like that. Anything to do with Krishna in Vrindavan is like pomp and show. So they organize a 3 days festival. In fact, in the Gopal Champu, it says that if the speaker has 10,000 mouth and if his lifespan is for 10,000 years, and without stopping, if with his 10,000 mouth, he keeps speaking for 10,000 years, still he will be able to explain only one day of the festival among the 3 days festival that happened on the occasion of Gopashtami when Krishna first went to graze the cows. So you can imagine how grand must have been that festival. So then, they start all the preparations, and they have to make a grand show. So now the cows are all decked up for the occasion. Krishna is all decked up for the occasion. The right muhurta has come out. So if you read the Gopal Champu, all the details are given. I'm just trying to touch a little from the top. So the cows are they're their hand printed design on the bodies of the cow, and there are lots of nice chadars with jute and silk and velvet with golden laces, and the horns of the cows are with those golden caps, and the cows are having those bells in the neck and pearl necklaces and the ruby necklaces and the garlands with flowers, and they've made anklets with flowers on all the 4 legs of the cows, and they are decorated. Their tails are decorated with peacock feathers, and they're decorated so grandly, each and every cow. And Krishna is also decorated. He has a special cowherd boy dress. If you've been to Vrindavan, you see some of them, they wear a special kind of a kurta which has a lace tied on the side. That's a Gopa Bala vase, Gopalaka vase. It's like a cowherd boy dress. So Krishna is like, officially in the cowherd boy dress, and he has a nice tilak. And Nanda Maharaj gives him a nice jewel stick, for herding the cows. And Yashoda Mata put tilak, and the Brahmanas are doing Swasti Vachan, and the drums and kettle drums and lots of musical instruments playing, and the Brahmanas are chanting auspicious mantra, and then Yashoda Mata is like, like you do it in India, to ward off the bad elements. They just take some herbs in hand and they just move around 3 times and they just throw it. So they're doing all sorts of ceremonies, and everything is going so grandly, and then they wash the feet of the cow, and they do pranam, and they do 4 times of circumambulation, they do arti, they take blessings of all the assembled people out there, and then they feed the cows with sweet chickpeas, and lots of ceremonies going on. It's like not a small thing, it's like a lot of things are happening, and such pomp and show. And finally the conch blows, and Krishna is ready to go. The Brahmanas are out there, chanting the mantras, the Vedic mantras, and then they're escorting Krishna, a little distance, and back there the other workers are being given the responsibility of giving donations. As Krishna is going, they're going on giving charities of clothes and gold and things like that. See, the Brajavasis, they do everything so grandly, and because Krishna likes it. Krishna is Utsav Priya. You see, in the Gopala Sahasranama, one of the name of Krishna is Nitya Utsava. If you see that line, Nitya Utsava, Nitya Shriyaha, Nitya Mangala, Nitya Saukhya, these are different names of Krishna. Krishna likes it when you do the Utsav, celebration, festival. He loves it. In fact, the Acharyas say, just like Krishna promised that he will never leave Vrindavan, Krishna will never leave our heart and our homes if we follow this one rule in life. And what is that? Have Utsav every day. Have festival every day. Then Krishna will never leave us. Now somebody will say, how can we have festival every day? Somebody has to be really rich to have a festival every day. But festival doesn't mean that, you just, you spend a lot of money for decorations or something. Festival simply means less. You dance with Harinam Kirtan, put Krishna in the swing, make nice prasad, offer it to Krishna, and chant and dance. That is also a festival. Of course, according to one's economic status, they can keep adding sweetness to the festival, feed other Vaishnavas, call everybody. That's why you see how Prabhupada designed all of our lives in ISKCON, the Vaishnava community. We are always busy with some festival. There's something or the other happening almost every week, 365 days a year. There's some festival. And by doing that, we're keeping Krishna with us. This is something, it's so logical. Let's say you have a VIP at home. You need to keep the VIP busy. If he's not busy, he'll go. So we keep Krishna busy. Today is Gopashtami. All right, so I'm busy. And then next day we have some other engagement for Krishna. And next day we have some other engagement for Krishna. And that way we keep Krishna so busy. So he always stays at our home, in our hearts, in our temples. Because he's always having some busy schedule for him. So here, it's not only Gopashtami. In fact, there's another festival called Gokrida. That is also one big festival the Brajavasis celebrate. Just this season, just after the monsoon, when the fresh harvest begins, and the grass is very green and nice, and the cows, they become very happy, because during the rainy seasons, they're not taken out from the Goshala. They don't go out because it's all muddy and, because of the water. But now when they go out, and after so long time, they see the fresh green grass, so they jump, with all their 4 legs in the air, and that happiness, and that's called Gokrida. That's one festival. So but everything is a festival for Brajavasis. If Krishna smiles for the first time, it's a festival. Krishna turns, it's a festival. Krishna walks for the first time, it's a festival. First time Krishna says Maya, it's a festival. Everything is a festival. So now this is a big festival, and finally the conch blows, and Krishna is going with the cows and the calves and the buffaloes and the oxen and the goats, and he's just going. What happens after some time? As Krishna is just walking, after some time when he looks back, he sees everybody's following him. Yashoda Mata is following, Nanda Maharaja is following, all the Brajavasis are following him, and he's like, what's this? I'm supposed to go with the cows for grazing. Why are you all following me? And they're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So you go, we'll not follow you, because they just do it unconscious. They're not able to leave Krishna. And then, Krishna starts walking. And then after that, Jashoda Maya is like, hey Krishna, just 1 minute, I want to say something. And Krishna just comes back. Yes, Maya, what happened? No, I just want to tell you that, your turban is not proper. Shall I fix it to you? Oh yeah, now you're looking good. You can go. And then as soon as Krishna takes 2 steps, and Yashoda Mata is like, hey Krishna. And Krishna comes back, yes, Maya, what's it now? No, I just want to tell you that I've packed Sandesh and I've packed Rasgulla and I've packed Gulab Jamun. So make sure you eat them. And it's like, all right, Maya, let me go. He's like, yeah. And then Krishna takes 2 steps, and Yashoda Maya is like, hey Krishna. And Krishna is like, yes, Maya, what's it now? No, I just want to tell you that be careful, and then don't jump in Yamuna, and then don't do this. And Krishna is like, Maya, please let me go. And then after some time, Yashoda Mata is again, hey Krishna. And Krishna is this time is like, yes, what is it? And it's like, Yashoda Mata just changes the topic, and she's like, I'm not calling you. Actually, I'm calling Balram. Hey, Balram, can you come here? Stoka Krishna, can you come here? Subal, Sridham, can you just take care of Krishna properly? Can you stand on the right side, and then you stand on the left side, and you stand, and then Mandali Bhadra, he takes out his cow herding stick, and he's like, Maya, don't worry, I'm with Krishna. Look at my stick; it's like a sword. I'm going to protect Krishna. Just don't worry. And then Krishna is like joining his hands and like, Maya, will you allow me to go now? I need to go. So yeah, you can go. Just come back quickly. Finally, Krishna goes into the forest. So this is what happened today on the very, very auspicious day of Gopashtami. Krishna became an official Gopalaka. And then when he went with his cows to the forest. And then when he comes back in the evening, Krishna is so sad looking, because he's tired now. Whole day he played. And now the other cowherd friends, they become a little worried. Why is Krishna making like this face? If Yashoda Mata sees the tired face of Krishna, then she will say, from tomorrow I'm not going to send Krishna, because Krishna is very tired. So then they just start making all kinds of silly jokes and start singing silly songs and make Krishna laugh. And when Krishna is laughing and Yashoda Mata sees a laughing face in the evening, she's like, oh, my Lala is okay. I'll send him tomorrow. That's all right. So all sorts of funny things happen. And then in the forest, they're having picnic and they're having fun. And the Gopa Balak, they're enjoying so much because they're eating with Krishna, breakfast with Krishna, lunch with Krishna, snacks with Krishna. And Krishna is eating something. And then, he eats half rasgulla and he's like, wow, this is really delicious. Hey, Sridham, you should taste this. And then he puts in Sridham's mouth. And sometimes Sridham is eating something and he's like, Krishna, this is really nice. Maybe you should taste it. And when the Devatas are looking at this and they're like, wow, we don't get Mahaprasad of Krishna. Krishna is just directly from his mouth, puts it in the mouth of the Gopa Balaka. And once Brahma develops a desire, oh, why not I also have some Mahaprasad? So Brahma has a plan. He becomes a fish. He takes the form of a fish and goes inside the Yamuna. And he's just swimming around and waiting when Krishna will eat prasad. And after that, he will come for washing his hand in Yamuna. After we eat, usually there's something stuck in between our fingers, So Brahma is like, very smart. He's like, when he washes his hand and all that stuck in his fingers, I'm going to have the Mahaprasad. So he's just wading and swimming in Yamuna. And Krishna, after his all bhojan is over, he just comes to wash his hand. And he sees, oh, here is Brahma. Now what he does is he takes a dona and, dips inside Yamuna, takes the water out and washes the hand outside and walks away. And Brahma is like, oh no, I thought Krishna is going to wash his hand in Yamuna. And Krishna is just blinking his eyes, and like giving a sidelong glance to Brahma. And like, he's telling him, it's not for everybody, okay? This Mahaprasad and all, it's not for everybody. Brajavasis have special place. Not everybody can just walk into my Leela and have Mahaprasad and have fun, You have to earn it. You have to earn it, So like that, they're just having so much fun. Now when Krishna comes back in the evening to Nanda Bhavan, there is one stop that Krishna makes, and that is at Tera Kadamba. So what Krishna does at Tera Kadamba is, Ter is calling and Kadamba is the name of a tree. So Krishna gets up on the Kadamba tree and then he starts playing his flute. Now, that is a place where sometimes he calls the gopis there when he wants to have fresh butter in the afternoon. And in the morning, he calls the gopas there. Because you see, every day they're not going to come to Krishna's house to escort him. So usually Krishna takes his 9 lakh cows, goes to Kadamba, plays the flute, calls all the other friends there, and that's a meeting point. And from there on, they go for grazing. And Krishna also uses that place for calling the cows. Of course, his calling is not the cell phone calling; is calling by the flute. So he plays the flute, and every individual knows for whom he's playing that flute. They know every particular tune is for calling a particular person. So now every day in the evening, because you see these are cows and they are 9 lakh in number, so they like just spread everywhere, and Krishna can't go and call each and every one. So what he simply does is he just goes and sits on the kadamba tree and he just starts playing the flute. And when he plays the flute, all the cows, they know Krishna is calling us, and then they just come back to that place, and then from there on they go to Nanda Bhavan, so Nanda Maharaj's Goshala. In fact, there's a very beautiful explanation of how these 9 lakh cows are divided into 108 groups, and then each group has again another 25 divisions, and then all the cows are divided in different way. The pregnant cows are divided separate, and the younger cows are separate, and the cows in heat are separate, and the cows who have little calves are separate, and the cows who have elder calves are separate, and the males are separate, and even according to the colors, the white colored cows, like they have their own leaders. Like Mukta is leader of one group, and the white colored cows, and Ganga is leader of one group, Shweta is leader of one group, Dhavali is leader of one group. So like that, these are all white colored cows, and then there are black colored cows, Shamali and Dhumali and Jamuna. They're all black cows, and then there are yellow colored cows, Pitambari, and then Harini and Pingala. These are all yellow colored. And then there are red colored cows, the red colored Kumkumi and Aruni and Saraswati. And then there are cows which has spots, like black, white spots. They're different. And then there are cows which are speckled. They have some, marks. And then there are cows which has a mridanga face. And then there are cows which has original, like a original made tilaks on their head, big, big tilaks. So like that, there's so many cows, and every cow knows whom Krishna is calling. Because when he plays the flute, he's personally calling everybody. And then there are some cows who purposely don't turn up when Krishna calls them. Krishna is like playing the flute, and they don't come. And Krishna is like, how come Aruna is not responding? How come Pingala is not responding? So then he actually goes personally. And there is Pingala standing there. And Krishna is talking to the cow in their language. Hey, Pingala, I'm calling you. Why didn't you respond? And she makes a very innocent face. Oh, really? Did you call me? I couldn't hear. But she does it on purpose because she wants personal attention from Krishna. Now that she didn't respond, Krishna will go and call her and just do touch her hump, and then she becomes very happy. And then she looks at other cows. Oh, did you see? Krishna is just caressing me. Just look at how much worried he's about me. And then Krishna finally takes all the cows back home to Nanda Maharaj's Goshala. So this is what happens. So this is the very, very sweet Leela of Gopashtami. I would like to tell you a very, very sweet pastime that happened apart from this today, which is very important because that is related to why we have a very, very special darshan of Radharani and Krishna today in all the ISKCON centers around the world, and especially in all the temples in Vrindavan. And that Leela is Subal Sakha Vesh Leela of Radharani, which happened on the day of Gopashtami. So it so happened that Krishna is so used to going, Vatsapalaka, right? So he just comes back in the afternoon, meet the gopis. But now, because he became a Gopala, so he has to go inside the forest, and he can't come back so quickly. So in the mid-afternoon, he wants to meet Radharani. So he just shares with Subal, Subal, I'm missing Radharani. Can you go and bring her? And Subal is like, are you out of your mind? In the middle of the afternoon, how am I going to get her? She's in her mother-in-law's house. I don't think I can manage. And Krishna does the blackmailing. If you don't get Radha, here is Jamuna. I'm just going to jump in Jamuna and leave my body. And Subal is like, don't talk like that. I'll somehow manage. I'll bring Radha. So what Subal does is, he takes his calf along, and then he just loiters around Radharani's house and leaves the calf somewhere, And then he comes, and Radharani's mother-in-law Jatila is sitting right in the front of the courtyard of Radharani's house. And when she sees Subal, she's so upset. Hey Subal, what are you doing here? Are you with your black friend? And Subal is like, no, no, mother, I'm alone. What are you doing near my house? No, it's just that my calf lost way. I don't know where is my calf. I'm just searching. Maya, do you think the calf went inside your house? And Jatila is like, no, I was here. No calf has gone inside. Then he's like, but I'm searching last half an hour. I'm not able to get my calf. Maybe you didn't see. Maybe the calf just went inside your house. Can I check? And she's like, no. Oh, can you go and see Maya? And she's like, no, I just had a heavy lunch. I can't move. Okay. And then he's like requesting, if this calf is lost, you know what will happen to me? My mother will scold me. She won't allow me to get inside the house. Maya, please, I'm requesting you. Can I just check in your house if my calf has gone inside? And she's like, reluctantly, okay, go inside. And then Subal goes inside, and then he meets Radharani, and he's like, Radharani, can you go quickly? Krishna is, feeling separation from you, and he wants to see you. And Radharani is like, how are you expecting me to go? How are I supposed to go? And Subal is like, let's exchange dresses. You wear my dress, and I wear your dress, and then you just leave and meet Krishna. Radharani says, that's fine. So then Radharani, she immediately takes Subal Vesa, and Subal becomes Radharani. And now what Radharani does is she takes some pillows and some lots of stuff, and puts a bed sheet on that and covers it with a shawl. And then she sounds like Subal, and then she's telling Jatila, thank you, Maya. I got my calf. I'm going. And then she just leaves. And Jatila is like, get out, and don't come back to this place anymore. And now Radharani goes and meets Krishna. But when she sees Krishna, she becomes a little naughty. Instead of just directly telling Krishna, it's me, she tells Krishna, I couldn't get Radharani, shall I bring Chandravali? Because it's very difficult to get Radharani. I couldn't give her a message. And Krishna is like all upset. Don't talk about Chandravali. I want Radha and only Radha. And when Radharani hears that, she's like, I'm happy now. And then he's like, it's me, and Krishna becomes so happy. And now Subal is stuck there in Radharani's house. He doesn't know what to do. And somehow Radharani then sends her Sakhis and who go and ask Jatila that, well, we want to go for Surya Puja. Can we take Radharani along with us? And Jatila is like, sure, you can go for Surya Puja. And then Subal, who is dressed like Radharani, goes with the Sakhis for Surya Puja. And there Radharani and Subal switch places and they get back to their respective places. So this Leela happened today on the day of Gopashtami. And that is why we dress Radharani as a Gopasakha in a Subal Sakha ways. Of course, some of them said that some of the things that I've read is that it's that Radharani purposely took the Subal Sakha ways because she looks like Subal. And when she first came to know that Krishna is going to become an official Gopalak and go with the cows in the forest, she didn't want to miss Krishna's association. So she decided that, we will also dress ourselves like boys and get mixed into the, with the other boyfriends of Krishna and go with him to take the cows for grazing. And then we also show Radharani's lotus feet today, which you can't see the rest of the 364 days, you can't see them. And some of the Vaishnava acharyas say that this is because, when Krishna was grazing the cows and Radharani was somewhere in Govardhan and she sees Krishna from far off and then she wants to run and meet Krishna. Now the ladies, they have this long dresses. So Radharani just lifted her sari a little up, so that she doesn't trip and fall. Because sometimes if you have to run quickly, you need to just lift up your ghagra a little bit. So she just lifts it up and then her lotus feet are visible. And she runs down Govardhan to meet Krishna is what some of the acharyas explain. So that is how everybody in Vrindavan could see Radharani's lotus feet today. That is in the Gopashtami day. So like that, there's so many beautiful kathas related to Gopashtami Utsav. And today is that auspicious, very auspicious day. What we can do on Gopashtami is worship cows. Not only on Gopashtami, we are supposed to worship cows 365 days a year. Because cows, Gomata. See, basically we are lovers of Krishna. Krishna loves cows, so we love cows. Krishna loves Tulsi, so we love Tulsi. Krishna loves Govardhan, so we worship Govardhan. Krishna loves Yamuna, so we love Yamuna. Krishna loves the Vaishnavas, so we love Vaishnavas. That's all about it. So Krishna loves cows and we love cows too. And of course, this, I was just reading the other day that, when you feed the cows, you just take some jaggery and feed the cow. if the cow with the tongue, just touches your palm, all these rekhas of your palms will change. Like some people, they say they have shani dosh, this dosh, all the dosh goes away when you feed the cows. In Srimad Bhagavatam 11.11.43, Krishna is telling to Uddhav, you can worship me through offering the grass and other paraphernalia to the cow. So Krishna becomes very happy when we serve the cows. So this is what we can do on the day of Gopashtami. What is the pranam mantra of Krishna? It says, Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmane Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Krishna thinks himself as a servant of the cows. We know that when it was all decided that Krishna will go for herding the cows, the first thing Yashoda Mata did was she took measurement of Krishna's feet and she wanted to make a nice, footwear for Krishna. And when she said that to Krishna, that, these are your footwears, this is an umbrella, the first thing Krishna said is, Maya, we are servants of Krishna, servants of cows, Maya. How can I wear a footwear and I have an umbrella? I'm just a servant. What about my master, the cows? They should have footwear. They should have umbrella. If you order for them, if you make footwear for them, then only I will wear footwear. And then Yashoda Mata is like, how can that be possible? 9 lakh cows, 9 into 4, 36 lakh footwears is impossible. And then he said, if that is impossible, then I'm not wearing footwear. So Krishna never wore anything. When he was walking in the forest of Vrindavan, he was barefooted. That is why the Krishna's lotus footprints are there everywhere, because he never wore any footwear. And of course, when the cows heard that, they were in their goshalas, but when they heard Krishna talking like this with Yashoda, they became so emotional. Krishna loves us so much. And out of love for Krishna, that day night, just one day before the Gopashtami Utsav, they go all over Vrindavan because they don't know which forest Krishna is going to take them tomorrow. So they go to all the forest of Vrindavan and then they pound the pebbles and the thorns with their feet, And while they're doing it, they're crying out of love for Krishna. Oh, Krishna loves us so much. And out of Vatsalya Ras, they're dripping milk. So now the sand in Vrindavan is, the pebbles are crushed and then there is some milk and there are tears and, they become like butter. That is why even today, when we go to Vrindavan, apart from those tar roads and all, if you go for Govardhan Parikrama, you go deep inside, you can still feel that soft velvet kind of, mud, in Vrindavan. I don't think you can see that anywhere in the world, Why? Because it's made with the love of the cows. They stamped it and made so soft for Krishna to walk around. So Krishna thinks himself as a servant of the cows. So on this very, very auspicious day of Gopashtami, we can heartfully pray to Gomata, to Mother Cow. Please bless us. Please bless us that, we get bhakti, we get Krishna prem, we become good devotees without the mercy of Radharani, without the mercy of Govardhan, without the mercy of Jamunaji, without the mercy of Tulsi Maharani, without the mercy of Gomata, we can't get Krishna. See, the thing is, it's very difficult for us to see Krishna. I don't know if you have been to Vrindavan, the Gopas, the Pandas, the local Rajavasis, they'll tell you, if you are a pure devotee, you can see Krishna. He still comes here every day with the 9 lakh cows for grazing. If you are a pure devotee, you can still see Krishna moving around on the streets of Vrindavan. But we are all not pure devotees and we can't see Krishna. But the thing is, of course, that when we go to Vrindavan, Krishna can see us. We can't see him, but he can see us. Oh yeah, my devotee has come to see me. Of course, now during this COVID, we may all not be able to go to Vrindavan. But if you want to catch Krishna's attention on us, one way of doing it is serve his cows. If we serve his cows, even though we're not able to see Krishna, Krishna will see us. Here is my devotee serving my favorite Gomata. So on this day of Gopashtami, we can serve Krishna's dear cows. We can serve them. We can feed them. We can shelter them. We can worship them and pray to them for their blessings, that they bless us. And one day we can also be in this inner circle of love of Krishna and his devotees. So thank you so much. I just hope all of you have a happy Gopashtami. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
I would actually like to ask you that where are you? Are you in Visakhapatnam? Are you in Vrindavan? Are you in Nanda Maharaja's house? Are you in the Goshala? That was amazing. Thank you so much. It was actually that you are, present in Nanda Maharaja's house, in his courtyard, in his Goshala, actually watching the pastimes and just sharing with us. So that was so, so sweet. We're so grateful to you for this. It was actually like getting an entrance into that pastime. The beautiful, sweet story of how Krishna, officially becomes a Gopalaka, a cowherd boy today. And the whole sweet, beautiful, negotiation he has with Mother Yashoda to allow him to be a cowherd boy, and all these sweet talks between all the friends, his talks with Nand Maharaj, with his different friends, with his assistant. It's just layer and layer and layer of nectar one over another, which is completely making it so joyful to drown into this beautiful ocean of pastimes. And we are so, so grateful to you for this, that for many of us who are not able to go to Vrindavan, not able to go to Nandagram, or not even being able to go to our nearest Goshala, you have actually brought the Dham and Nand Maharaj's courtyard and the Goshala to us. So I'm extremely grateful on behalf of all our viewers who must have so completely relished. I mean, we have some really beautiful comments, and we would really like you to read them later afterwards. Where people have actually shared how they are just feeling so happy. It's so sweet, and they're just feeling so enlivened, and people can't seem to contain their excitement in relation to all these beautiful pastimes. And this actually is the goal of human life, to get completely absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, pastimes of Krishna, memories of Krishna, where we can just feel that we leave the material world behind and we just get entrance into the spiritual world. So thank you so much. We're so grateful for you taking us into this beautiful spiritual world, and also for sharing that beautiful Subal Sakha, dress story. That was so sweet. We see that today in our temples in Vrindavan, in Mayapur, where Radharani is actually dressed as Subal Gopam. So I think that would help everyone who has taken darshan today to go back and relive that story. So once again, thank you so much. It was such an honor to have you today, Nitai Sevini Devi, for this beautiful session on Gopashtami. We hope we can have you here much more often, sharing these beautiful pastimes with us. And we wish you and everybody back at your temple in Visakhapatnam a very happy Kartik festival.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Parijata Mataji. Same to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. And to our viewers, I would like to say that we still have some more Kartik events coming up on the GBC SPT channel, with Gupta Vrindavan, with a series with Bhakti Chaitanya Swami. So please stay tuned for more nectar. And I also want to express my gratitude to Sham Saki for helping with the technical support with this session. And as we heard in the lecture today, that till we come back with more, please let every day of your life be a festival by chanting and dancing, as we just heard in this lecture, and just get absorbed in the nectar during this auspicious month of Kartik. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.